Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel. In today's readings, we're actually taking a sneaky peek into the next 6 months of your life, of your world, but very specifically from a starseed perspective. Now, a starseed person is effectively an old soul, someone who's been around often many times before. They may well be aware of their past lives. Sometimes they're not, because the slate is kind of wiped clean on arrival, but they are here with purpose. So these kinds of readings connect us to our calling, our purpose, and this is not necessarily just in terms of the way we see calling and purpose in like a career or a vocation. What we're really looking into is soul growth, that deep layer of soul growth. So what's happening in the next 6 months for you? What is the pivotal starseed soul growth element that we're going to be given a sneaky peek into? That's something that's going on for you, a phase of growth. You could be looking after somebody, assisting them through a growth period themselves. You could be embarking on a new phase of education. It could be your calling, your purpose in your career. It could be your calling and purpose in terms of relationship or family. We don't know as yet. Obviously, the readings will tell us, but that's the kind of stuff that we're looking at. A sneaky peek into the next 6 months, but these really are starseed readings. We're looking through the lens of the starseed element of soul growth, connection. Well, I will not waffle any further. Let's draw our 3 cards together. Once I start talking about starseeds, it's just, I get very passionate about it, because it's just such an amazing layer of our own personal evolution. Here I am waffling again. Right, let's draw 3 beautiful cards for you for 3 readings to help to guide you in. This is reading 1. We'll draw some runes as well. I'm not called to charms today, so we will just do, for those of you that follow my readings, you'll know I often use a charm as well. Just the runes and the cards today to guide you in. And there is pile 2, and I am also seeing pile 3. Okay, so for pile 1, we have align your universe, navigate distractions. Okay, for pile 2, we have hidden realms. So sneaky peek into what is happening in the next 6 months for you guys. And lastly, emotional challenges, resolve the issue. This is pile 3. Okay. This feels very much in keeping with that starseed level of evolution. Starseed people often face quite big challenges in their lives, but you've come here to overcome them. So really interesting. Here we go. 3 runes for each. So pile 1, you have the rune of breakthrough, you have the rune of joy, and you have the rune of growth, Berkana. Wow. Pile 2, you have the rune of movement, Awaz. You have the rune of wholeness, and you have the rune of gateway. And reading number 3, pile 3. You have the spiritual warrior, you have the rune of initiation, and you have the blank rune. Wowza, okay. Wow, okay, so beautiful, beautiful people. I will leave the video running for a few moments longer, just so that you have a little bit longer, if you wish, to tune in with your own intuition. If you find you're drawn to more than one reading, which really can often happen, trust your instinct, go with both, because it could be that we're taking a sneaky peek into some aspect, well, different aspects of your life. So one reading may be talking to you about one part of your world, and another may be talking about another element. Ultimately, we are all manifesting many different things and in many different areas of our lives all the time. So you may find that more than one reading is speaking to you, so just go with that. I will put the timestamps in the description box below and also in a pinned comment, so you can literally jump to whichever reading or readings are speaking to you. And I will leave this running a little bit longer just to give you a little bit of extra time if you need it. Tons of love and see you in the readings. Hey, beautiful reading one people. So the very first thing I am going to do is throw the astrology dice for you. Just want to have a look and see what kind of energy we have around you. So we have the sun and we have the sun in Virgo. How interesting. So we're seeing a lot of creativity here. A lot of literally making something happen, making it real and kind of doing it properly. Align your universe, navigate distractions. Very interesting, because the Virgo energy, Virgos are very meticulous. There's a beautiful energy with Virgo people where they're able to be really diligent, meticulous, cross the T's, dot the I's, really kind of make something happen in a really kind of amazing way. If I'm really seeing a quite an interesting image of almost of you weaving a tapestry, and it's impeccable. You know, the weave in it, the colours in it are stunning. There's no loose ends. What you're doing is creating something in the next 6 months. Beautiful reading number one people. Now you may well know what that is already, or you may not. The rune of breakthrough is very interesting, because this is a rune that kind of, it's that light bulb moment. It's the moment when the doors open and off you go. You know, something is going to, literally, I think you are going to manifest something potentially quite solid, something very real, and I think you will be a very active participant in literally doing it, making it happen, doing the work, and it's like actively working with the universe. The universe is aligning for you in the next 6 months in the process of creation. If you already are working on something and it hasn't been flowing, or somehow it hasn't quite got going, or you've had any jars or jolts, just the pathway is going to be made clear for you. Like literally, I think it will be, stuff is going to align for you so that it kind of falls into place. You'll know exactly what to do and what to do next, as it were, step by step, literally. And if you are feeling like you're itching to do something, but you don't quite know what it is yet, I think the light bulb moment will come. With the rune of joy, Wunjo is the rune of joy. This is sort of like carried across the gap by the wings of heaven. And so I really am seeing, especially with Align Your Universe, I'm really seeing the pathway being opened for you, and this does feel incredibly divinely guided. Okay, so there is a really significant creation of something, and it's solid. Berkana is like, for me, it's like the foundation stone. If you were going to build, I don't know, if you were going to build an amazing building, a cathedral, a dream home, or a dream house, or something like that, the rune of Berkana, it's kind of like the foundations. It's like you set the foundations. It's solid. This is something that not only are you creating something, but it feels like it becomes the foundation for more. You know, it would be like, I don't know, maybe you wrote the first novel in a series. You only wrote it as a story in its own right, and then suddenly this becomes, this becomes the first in a series. So there's something very big here. Okay, let's move this over here. I'm going to bring these runes here for you. And I'm going to put your astrology dice here, and we will draw more cards. So, reading number one, what are we being shown for you? Let's draw some oracle cards and just see what shows up. We are asking a sneaky peek into the next 6 months. What are reading number one people going to be actively well, it's certainly actively doing in reading number 1. I don't know about that for every other reading, but certainly, what are you creating? What's this about? Okay, so we have, gosh, we have chaos. Wow. But look at the web here. Look at the web. I said you were weaving something. Wow. It's like you're weaving something out of, I almost feel like it's out of nowhere with this rune of breakthrough. For some of you, I just think you're going to be doing something that feels, it's a radically different approach to something. You're weaving something and you're creating something. Yeah, for some of you, it may be that you are kind of, if you've been going through a period of darkness and you felt really, really challenged by something, the breakthrough point will come and you'll see your way through this. But what's really interesting, as you weave your way through this, something will come from this as well. There's kind of more to this than just navigating an upheaval. Okay, what else do we have? So we have Sagittarius, expand, and we have Imam Koli, I think that's how you pronounce it, or Koli, and this is root. Yeah, look at this. Building the foundation, putting down the roots to something. Now, in terms of I've talked about creating something, and I said at the beginning, with a starseed reading, we're talking about a period of evolution. So we're looking at a period of evolution over the next 6 months. Now, some of you, I really think you are literally going to build something. Whatever it is, in terms of whether it's a book, a course, a calling, whatever it may be. But you could be building a family, you could be moving house, you're establishing something. You're navigating out of one position into another. You are going to seriously be expanding and putting down roots. So whether the putting down roots is of literally the foundations for a new home, or laying the foundations for a family, or laying the foundations of something that you intend to establish in your community, whether it's a career pathway, whether it is a project, whatever it may be. The next 6 months, I think, are going to be pretty busy for you, but also I just feel every step of the way, you're going to know what to do. There's a lot of intuition flowing through your reading here. I'm really feeling it, almost like I feel like there's a river of energy flowing, almost flowing through me. And I'm kind of feeling it in my solar plexus, which is really interesting. So that creative center. Now I'm going to use this is the Dreams of Gaia tarot today. I've got a couple of other tarot packs. I've got this and the Tarot of Opposites, which we'll probably draw from. And then I have like an extra pack just sitting on the side in case we need to sort of like have a different pack to follow things through with. So, okay, let's look and see what we are shown for reading number 1, please. May we have a real, I actually want to say, actually not just a sneaky peek, but may we have some real insights into the next 6 months for reading number 1, please. Okay, right, with thought, look at this. We have 2 masks here now. We have a golden one and a bluer one. This for me is like the masculine and the feminine, a divine union of creation. With thought, we have a cauldron. Yeah, you're cooking something. Wow, look at this energy. And the third eye activated. I said this was divinely guided. And look at the energy, the colours here in your cauldron and here. So this is the 8 of fire. Let's move this along so you can see everything, I hope. Oh, wow, you have love. You have the card of love. Again, this pure creation. Whatever you are, I'll just say whatever you're creating. Let's use that language. Whatever you are creating, home, family, career, and I'll draw more cards around this, I think, but my goodness me, you're so centered in both clarity and love. It's why it comes together so well. Now, how interesting. We have these masks, and now we have the 10 of Earth. This is like the 10 of Pentacles. I should just say the 8 of Fire is like the 8 of Wands. So go, go, go. Action, action, action. Making it happen. Now, the 10 of Earth, she's removing a mask. We see there's a deer here just behind her. I feel like there is... It's like you're going to help people see, you know, when people can't see the woods for the trees, okay? There's something of your creation, whatever this purpose, this kind of starseed purpose, this soul growth, this development over the next 6 months, whatever you are involved in, it will, not only will it be, you're going to bring something forth that is utterly, utterly a unique and different way of looking at it, okay, or a different way of seeing it. It's really, really unique to you, or a different way of doing something, a different building, a different, you know, whatever it is. You're going to approach something in an incredibly authentic way, removing the masks that you felt you had to previously wear. And as a consequence, what you manifest, I think it will then help others potentially, even if you're just, like I say just, but even if you are a role model for others. I really do feel predominantly you're actually in a monumentally creative space. You will be so authentically you within this. The universe is lining up and you are putting down roots. You're building a foundation. It's genuinely solid. This is the card of the Father. This is the Emperor. And then you have the Queen of Fire. Wow. You are seriously going to be hot property. Okay? Whatever you're doing, right? Whatever you are doing, reading number 1. Beautiful people. This next 6 months period is loaded, absolutely loaded with universal energy for you to be powered forward and to expand. I seriously think I do think you're going to be hot property, because what you do is going to be successful, whatever that is that you're setting out to achieve. You're weaving something, creating something. I think many of you will know what this is already. You may even have been, it may have been simmering away. If it's a project, an idea, it's been simmering away in the background. And you may even have been gathering ingredients, but sort of not been quite sure how to pull them all together. You know, like when you write, I don't know, when I write a book, I end up with tons of post-its. I quite often have post-its and I use them and I write this little bit here and that little bit here, there, and I end up with post-its everywhere. And there's a point of complete and utter confusion and I don't know what I'm going to do or quite how I'm going to pull them together or what chapter's going to go where. And then somehow suddenly, because I've immersed myself in the problem and I've started to gather all these components, suddenly, poof, it all clicks into place. That's the point when the universe, it's like the planets align and I can aim and take fire. It's very interesting, this Sagittarius imagery here, because in many 8 of Wands cards, what you actually do get is a series of, almost they look like arrows, wands in arrows. This is really a pivotal point for you, where you create. The energy for you in the next 6 months in terms of manifestation is primed to support you. There's a really clear message coming through here. So if you are surrounded metaphorically by post-its in any area of your world, that clarity is going to come and you can do something with it. This is not just seeing the formulation of something, it's doing it, making it real. The Sun in Virgo. Wow. Really, really, I feel like you guys are stepping up into some element of your fullest potential. I do think it's then going to lead to more, which is just so exciting. Okay, let's draw from another tarot pack. These are the Tarot of Opposites. I do put the names of the cards. I list them in the description for anyone that's interested in them. I'm seeing these two cards for you. And are anything... Yes, here we go. I thought there was another. Okay, so beautiful, reading number 1 card. Okay, how interesting. So we have the Four of Cups, we have the Hermit, and we have the 10 of Cups. How interesting. How interesting. So we've got the 10 of Cups and we have the 10 of Earth here, 10 of Pentacles. Now I'm going to place these cards this kind of way round, okay? Now my reason for this is because for me these cards, what these cards kind of show us is the higher vibration and lower vibration of any situation. And so they show us something of the progression, you know, where we're going, what the potential is. So what I'm firstly seeing in this, right in the center with the Hermit, is, again, there is something very unique to you here. It's your way of doing something. And where we've got navigate distractions, I do think in order to make this real, okay, you will need to take some periods of time when you are, it's kind of like alone time, where you create, you timetable pockets of time that are solely for you to attend and to work on in a very focused way on the subject matter, whatever it is that you are personally working on and bringing forth. The energy is completely with you. 10 of Cups, you're going to love it. I do see you needing to take some alone time, as in really, really giving it your full focus. And what this means is that there will be periods when maybe you do have to maybe step away from some of your social engagements or your, just in order to achieve it, okay? But it's worth it. It's worth it. And I'm seeing that in the Four of Cups as well. There will be literally certain... kind of Rome wasn't built in a day, but this is a period of time. This is where we have navigate distractions. The universe is aligning for you, but you've kind of got to work with it. And so to bring this forth, we're being given very clear guidance. You'll need to get quite clear and focused. This is this wonderful Virgo energy as well. Virgos are brilliant at timetabling and getting organized, and you know, it's using that energy in order to make sure that you are fully committed to this process. It's literally knuckling down. It's, again, it's like, if I use the same metaphor, if you were writing a book, it's that point when you've got all those post-its around and you've even started to formulate them. The breakthrough moment comes, you can see where you're going with something. However, you know, you've got to put your bum on the seat and you've got to literally then transfer all of that information from those post-its onto the page. There is a point at which you have to kind of like physically commit to, it is literally physically commit to doing the work, as it were. And so this is really giving you the heads up that that's going to be a requirement of this. So this is, I mean, you are actually going to love it. You're going to love it. And the outcome of this is phenomenal. You know, this is really significant. So this next 6 months, you're going to, I'm not saying there's a tussle, but I think you're going to have to balance and work hard at organizing your time in such a way. You don't want to tip up your life-work balance. You don't want to not be having fun and not be spending time with your family and not be enjoying your friends and all of your social life and all of those things. But it's about being organized in the way that you approach it, so that you achieve both, but that you keep your targeted focus in mind as well. It's kind of one of those things. I'm not saying you're going to relinquish all of your activities. We should never ever be out of balance. But actually, and sometimes we need to walk away from something in order to see the woods for the trees. So, you know, there is a balance required here, but there's also a commitment. It's kind of making sure we do both. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you, reading number 1. I'm going to now draw just a few more cards just to get a flavour of possibly what this actually is for all of you. But your reading is very clear. You have the most incredibly productive 6 months coming, and in real terms you're bringing something forth, creating something, making something solidly real. It creates a foundation for your future. So let's shuffle these cards and see maybe if we're given a clue as to what kind of area or areas might be applicable for you guys. Do we have any more? May we ask if there are any more areas coming through that we might want to see. Okay, so let's have a look and see what we have here. Okay, so first of all, the first card we have is physical trainer, okay, and education. So for some of you, this may well be an area that you are intending to work on. You may have been thinking about it. So this is an area that will be relevant for some of you. We also have spiritual teacher. Again, education. Look at the educations coming out. And then teacher, fluorite. Do you recognize the power of your mind? Retrain your brain, mind, thoughts and consciousness to focus on your goals and ambitions. But I mean, this is about helping people. I will actually read to you what's on these cards just because I think these are the kind of areas. So I do think for some of you, really what you're doing is bringing and creating something that will assist in the education of others. So for some, it is about physical exercise. You may take a whole new approach to physical health and well-being. I mean, this just says, is physical exercise an important focus in your life? It's time to look at your ability to motivate yourself to take action and improve your core strength. Make a decision to increase your physical vitality and promote overall well-being. Learn to be accountable for your physical habits. So you may be creating something or taking a completely different approach that enables people to hold firm with their physical health, their physical well-being. That could be to do with, it could also be to do with actual exercise, but it could be to do with diet, all of these kinds of things. But you're approaching this from a very unique perspective. Spiritual teacher, are you aware of your empathic connection with others? It's time to recognize your ability and to discern your own thoughts and feelings from those outside of you. Develop your intuitive abilities and use them to assist others as they deal with life's issues. Be aware of being aware. Again, there's so many different dimensions and so many different aspects of these kind of areas of education. But whatever you do, whatever educational program, book, meditation series, anything that you are thinking about or have been, this is the time to create it. You're going to help others develop and align and attune with their intuition. This is teacher, to do with, we were reading it before, the power of your mind, helping people to transform, negating emotions and thoughts to realize your intellect and inner power. You have the power to achieve great things, really empowering others through understanding their mind or their emotions. So very, very interesting that I do think there's quite a big emphasis on you, some of you definitely creating something that is going to assist others or being a part of that. But I think you really are, this is a very unique take that you are bringing forth. Comedian, are you natural at sharing relatable stories that make others laugh? Observe the patterns of your life, realize you aren't the only one having these experiences. Find the levity in observing and participating in events and laugh. You may find yourself being a mentor through either writing a book that teaches others, or speaking engagements, or literally entertainment, writing songs, storytelling. All of these things may be relevant, but you will find your unique take on this. Intuitive. Do you know things about people or situations without conscious reasoning? Embrace your intuitive nature, believe yourself and trust your gut feelings. Look deeper and uncover information to aid yourself or others in restoring clarity and balance. Isn't it interesting with this chaos card, Massa Confuser, that I did say you're going to weave something that's going to help people to find clarity. It may be through some aspect of education, literally becoming a role model through entertainment or a book. But likewise, it may be that you are able to support and bring about some program, or even just a small group of people, or a person that you enable to learn to listen to themselves, to develop their intuition. But there is something very unique, a very extraordinary and uniquely you take that is going to benefit others. And lastly, finance. Banker, do you wish to increase your wealth and obtain more financial security? Trust that you have the ability to be successful and prosperous in a loving and healthy way. Simply activate your inner money manager and achieve your goals. This is about finances. I do actually think whatever you do, there is an affirmation here that it will be successful, especially with the Queen of Fire here. I did say to you, you're going to be hot stuff. Okay. However, I also think, again, these different areas, it may be that you find a unique way of enabling people to overcome some aspect of money management, something that is difficult for them to do, some easy way to navigate finances, or some easy way, or you may even be generating a project that enables people to move from a place of poverty to a place of success. You may be assisting people in, you could be assisting people who are living on the streets and getting them, no longer homeless, and getting them into either education or work, or but some aspect of money, finances coming into this. What I will say, reading number 1, that from a starseed perspective, the next 6 months are extremely potent. That's the right word, potent for you, and potent in terms of everything lining up, potent in also in terms, there's a very clear message for you to use the energy. We always have conscious free will and choice. When we're feeling really amazing, we can sit back and chill out and just enjoy it, or we can use that energy and build with it, and it's primed for you to build. Potent is the right word. I am loving your reading number 1. I just am loving it. So thrilled for you. Keep us posted. This is looking at the next 6 months. And sending you the biggest hug in the world. This is the real deal stuff, isn't it? That makes a difference in the world, over and above ourselves. That's the starseed way of living. It's the starseed purpose. Magic, just magic. Thrilled to be reading to you, for you. Thrilled to be connected with you. Thank you all for being here. Super Souls, if you'd like to get notification of all of my readings, I post pick a card readings with specific messages on a Tuesday and a Friday, and on Sundays I always post a right here right now, what message does Spirit have for you, and can we have the heads up for the coming the next week, the next 7 days. I post those readings every Sunday, so do tune in with those. If you subscribe and press the little bell icon, you should get all of my readings into your stream. So yeah, that's really all I need to say. I do lots of different stuff. I have another platform which works on the basis of donations, where I post my all zodiac sign extended readings, and I do a tutorial about learning to read the cards and the runes every month as well, and a few extras here and there sometimes too. So that's a different site. It works on donations, as I think I've just said, but I will just put the links to anything and everything in the description box and in the pinned comment. So if you scroll down, there might be some stuff in there that you're interested in. I have a free monthly prize draw as well. I give away a free private reading too. So just check those things out, those links, and access anything that feels relevant to you. Tons and tons of love, reading number 1. Thrilled for you, utterly thrilled. I can't say any more. Tons of love. Welcome, reading number 2. Wonderful, wonderful people. You have the rune of movement, Awaz. This is the bettering of any situation, something building, gathering momentum. Now, the rune of wholeness, Suelu. This is really interesting because it really indicates that there's only one way to go, and we're talking about hidden realms, creating conscious awareness. I feel like from a spiritual perspective, that starseed energy for you guys, the next 6 months, I do feel that you are potentially going to be, your intuition, your psychic abilities, your Your spiritual pathway, I feel, is going to be heightened. That's perhaps heightened, intensified. I'm really seeing within this card here, almost as if so many different realms of understanding are going to be revealed to you. You know, we can go through phases where we're just busy with life, and at other times we go through phases where it's almost like a spiritual awakening. And I don't think spiritual awakening necessarily happens, or certainly not my experience, happens just suddenly in one go. It's like, da-da, ooh, I'm awake. It's more a process of unfolding. But we do go through periods of what I would see as accelerated growth. And I think that's the next 6 months. You're going to see. What I'm seeing in this card are eyes everywhere, like eyes in the background here, eyes in the wings. There's an eye in the hand here as well. It's just the depths, your capacity to see through into different dimensions. Your spiritual sight and awakening are going to be massively, massively opened up, I think, in the next 6 months. So we're going to find out more about this. What is this about for reading number 2 for beautiful pile 2 people? So this is a gathering momentum, and I always feel with the rune of movement, it's for me, if you imagine a river, and it starts out as a little spring, bursting forth out of a hillside, and then it becomes a little a little tumbling stream, and then a little bit of a brook, and then a river. When you get to the rune of movement, for me, it's like that bit where the river has loads and loads of streams have all fed into this one river, and it becomes big, it's swollen, and it's on the lower ground, and it starts to wind. You see them on maps, and like an estuary where it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's on its way to the ocean. And it feels like that's the kind of stage of spiritual awakening where you're heading out into the ocean. You're in that last stage of where the river becomes an estuary and becomes the ocean. So I'm really seeing this extraordinary growth for you. The rune of gateway is very interesting because this is a point of pausing and reviewing, generally speaking, before then stepping through the gateway. I suspect, and we will draw many more cards for you, I suspect your world is literally going to be opened up from a spiritual perspective. Your viewpoint of your life, your circumstances, and therefore who you can now become and be is potentially going to be quite life-altering in the best possible way. Let us draw astrology dice for you. Oop, it's just gone out of vision, but I'm going to bring it back in here just as it is. Wow, look what we have. We have Jupiter in Scorpio. Scorpio, those hidden realms, okay? Yes, the deep, deep hidden realms of consciousness. And Jupiter, expansion, new hope, new optimism. Wow, this is totally in alignment with where I was going already with your runes and your first card. Let's draw some more cards and see what else we are showing, because we're looking at the next 6 months for you through the eyes of a starseed perspective. I'm seeing the card from the base here. Okay. May we have information, please, for our beautiful pile 2. I am seeing this card. Okay. So we have breathe or breath. This, I'm not sure quite how you pronounce this. Pneuma? Anyway, breath, breathe. Wow. I think your expansion is going to be mind-blowing. Clarity, solar calm. Look at the colours in your reading. Jupiter, abundance. Yes, 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 yes. This is just fascinating. Look at the colours here for you. Look at, the purples, the blues. Yes, there's gold coming in as well. The cosmic energy. Curiously enough, in the most profoundly spiritual and humble way, I actually feel that you get, gosh, I sort of, abundance, it's the abundance card. I feel as though you sort of become a force to be reckoned with. But I don't mean a force like a river, you know. There's no negativity in it. There's no bad in this. It's like you become powerful through knowing, through consciousness, through awareness. And I feel like you know how to use it well. And as a consequence, your power, which is being handled well, comes right back at you. I mean, this is the truth of, I think, the purity of manifestation in a spiritual way, is that abundance does come because there's an inherent sense of gratitude. It's very interesting, the rune of gateway, Thurisaz. I always feel, for me, this rune associates really strongly with the energy of gratitude, and an attitude of gratitude is, you know, I'm sure for those of you that are interested and follow stuff to do with the law of attraction, an attitude of gratitude is one of the highest vibrational states to be in, to create abundance, to create what you want, really, to manifest what you want. This is quite something. Let's draw some more cards. We're going to use the Gaia, Dreams of Gaia Tarot. May we have information, a sneaky peek into what is happening in the next 6 months for reading number 2, please. Seeing this card. I'm actually seeing, yeah, you know, this one and this one. May we have, these cards are like buzzing, just buzzing for you. I mean, just amazing. Okay, let's sit with those first of all and see what we have. So, Queen of Fire. Oh, yes. Okay, so we're definitely on the right track there. We have, look at this beautiful, beautiful card. So we have the Queen of Fire for starters, the Queen of Wands. Creativity, abundance again. The Crone, this is wisdom. This is the card of wisdom. This is the card of awareness. This is becoming a seer. We have a crow here in the background. You know, crows journey through the worlds. Yeah, I do feel you are becoming a seer. You're going to see things differently. Now, this is very, very interesting because we then have the Four of Earth, the Four of Pentacles. I'm seeing you being like a pillar of the community here. Now, this is the really interesting thing to do with abundance. When I said about power, a force to be reckoned with, you are really growing in strength, but you're growing in strength, yeah, King of Earth, King of Pentacles. You're growing in strength because you have that deep, deep, deep and very empowered spiritual connection. Some of you may well even become like a spiritual leader in some way. Yeah, we then have the King of Earth. How interesting, King of Pentacles. We then have the Nine of Fire. This is joyous. Look at this. This feels so humble. I always think, you know, it's like it's magic. I'm sort of becoming a bit speechless, which is really interesting. Yeah, that I'm getting a flavour of real humbleness coming through alongside success. That's what I think I want to voice here. Oh my goodness me, and look at the purity. So we have 2 nines. You also have 9 of air. And look at the eye here. 3rd eye being activated here. 3rd eye being activated here. Right, you really are coming into your own from a spiritual perspective. You're rising, you see things with clarity. You are entering a different dimension of spiritual growth in this next 6 months. You will, I genuinely want to say, I think some of you literally you are becoming a seer. Your intuition, your clairvoyance, your yeah, your intuition, your clairvoyance, your psychic abilities, all of those things. Your ability to be at one through awareness, to be centered. Your strength gathers. It's just, yeah, solar calm, clarify. And it comes right back to you. I do really genuinely feel that you sort of align. Wholeness. You are aligned with universal energy, with universal law. I feel very, very humbled to be doing your reading, because this is a level of growth that has a real level of purity. You can see the purity in this card. I mean, just look at the imagery here. It's like your thoughts can become pure. You know how to own your thoughts, hold your thoughts for the purity and with the power of creation. But there's a purity here. This is utterly beautiful. Look at the way the colours here are aligning with the Jupiter card here, and then the Nine of Air here. Right, let's draw from another tarot pack. Beautiful reading number 2. I'm really humbled by your reading. Now, this is the Tarot of Opposites. We're just going to see what we're shown in terms of transformation and just energy around you whilst this is happening. Also, maybe the kind of events that might take place to cause this to rocket, to skyrocket. Yeah, there's your third card. Okay. So, with the Tarot of Opposites, I always love that we see the duality of an energy. Every energy has its, or every aspect of the tarot story has a higher vibration and a lower vibration. So we have the Nine of Wands. This is the warrior energy, which is really interesting because this is also the Nine of Wands here. The Nine of Fire is the Nine of Wands. Look at the determination here. So, and then we have the Nine of Wands, the duality here. So let's place this here. So we have Nine of Wands. We then have Eight of Wands as well. This is overcoming barriers, leaping over obstacles, or indeed charging through them. Okay. And then we have here, the Devil, cutting cords. Okay. So this is liberation, empowerment, becoming in charge of something that previously held you back and previously chained you and limited you. Okay, so what I'm going to say, I think, in your particular reading, I'm actually going to draw some cards from an additional tarot pack. In reading 1, I used an additional pack. It was an oracle pack, but I'm going to use another tarot pack for you guys, because what I'm seeing here is it's kind of like your rise to spiritual wholeness, greatness, and then getting the return from that, which is abundance. Beautiful stuff going on here. What I'm seeing is that you'll need to, there'll be some obstacles to climb over. There'll be some barriers you'll need to break. You break through a barrier. You cut some cords, something that's previously held you back. You overcome it. If any of you have any connection to any form of addiction, this is in the next 6 months, this is the time when you break free of it permanently and for good. And not only that, but you do so with such levels of awareness that it's almost as though just because your energy changes and you have closed those doors, I mean, the abundance just comes into you, because you're in a different vibrational state. So any kind of connections in that way, if you've been held back by limiting beliefs, something is coming in here to cause you to step up. I am seeing something arriving that causes you to kind of almost step up and find that warrior energy within you. You break through some barriers, you overcome some obstacles, but the setting of those situations is creating that window of opportunity for you to cut those cords, to break free of something, to leave something behind. Interestingly enough, I actually need to say that I think you're going to breeze it, which is really lovely. I don't feel like this is going to be as difficult as you might have thought it would be, which is really, really interesting. There's so much positivity. Because you're approaching this with wisdom, with strength. It's stuff that might once have flawed you. I honestly think you're going to clear it pretty solidly, because with the rune of movement, Awaz, we're at that stage of the river where it's going out to sea. It's moving into its sort of final phase. So you've kind of done a lot of the work already. It's not like you're starting afresh. This is not a little spring that's got to find its route down the hillside. You know, you're heading out to sea here. So we're in a good zone here, definitely in a good zone, okay? Let's use another tarot pack. What are these kinds? Let's ask what kinds of maybe hurdles, obstacles, what kinds of stuff is causing you to step up? May we have further information, please, for reading number 2? It's a general reading, but just indication as to, you know, what we might be seeing. May we have an indication as to what some of these circumstances might be about for lovely, lovely reading number 2 people. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, right. So first of all, we have the 10 of Wands, interestingly enough. So with this card, I would say, maybe for some of you, you might be an overgiver. You've been burdened. You might over worry about things, but one way or the other, you carry more than your fair share of the load. You're going to, maybe if you are already carrying in a particular situation, you may be carrying more than your fair share. You know, you learn to say no. You cut that cord. Something is changing in terms of some area of your world that has burdened you, but it could be inner concerns. I think for many of you, you literally do physically carry more than your fair share. Okay, and this is the point where you start to carry what you want to carry, but with clear intent. You know, maybe you've had some Klingons, some clinging on honourers, you know, people tapping into you because actually you've got a lot to give and they see you as somebody who can keep providing and providing, but they're not giving back. I'm seeing that kind of stuff, those kind of circumstances, and you break through that. Maybe you thought it would be really hard to say no, and you suddenly realise you can say no, and you can find a way of saying no that they kind of respect you. They're like, oh, okay, fair enough. Or you say, look, this is out of balance. You know, I actually need you to give a bit back, and then you're really surprised. It's like, oh, that was a lot easier than I thought. So something around that, okay, with this card. And then we have the Devil again. So I will say, for some of you, if there's anything to do with addictions, you overcome them. This is the period of time when, you know, you're able to be free. And if there's also, for some of you, if there's been anything that you, because you're going to get so much sight, so much awareness, if there's something that you haven't seen or haven't heard clearly, maybe people pulled the wool over your eyes. I'm seeing somebody here, a figure here with their hands over their ears. Maybe you were unable to process information. You'll be able to perceive it in a different way, or be able to hear differently. Perhaps sometimes you'd be snowed under and unable to sort of find clarity. The clarity will come. You'll take up meditation, as somebody once put. Thank you, Super Souls, as well, for your comments. Somebody in one of the comments when I said that before said, well, you know, maybe meditation is the medication. Brilliant. Thank you, whoever said that. It's lovely. So yeah, we're seeing liberation, those kinds of things, either actual addictions, or maybe an inability to hear people when someone says something and you take them on face value, but what they're actually saying isn't really the truth. You'll hear it clearly and be able to keep those boundaries, that kind of stuff. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. If you've been somebody who also has, maybe you've isolated yourself because you've had bad experiences, and so you've isolated yourself, and therefore in a way you've not been able to collaborate, not been able to receive. Okay, what I'm seeing here is that you start to receive. You can allow yourself to receive and work with others. You can allow yourself to receive love if you've been hurt in relationship and you've kept people at a distance. You will begin to feel that you have such clarity within your intuition that you can trust your own intuition and your own gut feelings, which means you can draw into you the people who will be right for you. You know, that kind of, your vibe attracts your tribe, but you can trust those feelings. I always think one of the saddest and biggest challenges, if we have been hurt really badly in relationships or had an abusive experience in relationships, not only do we develop mistrust of others and can be quite isolated because we can't allow anyone to help us, but actually what kind of happens is deep down we don't trust our own gut feeling and our own intuition because we're fearful. Well, I made a mistake once, I invited that person into my world. You start to trust your own feelings, and therefore you can be far more open to receiving. The Seven of Pentacles. For some of you, maybe you've had a block to genuinely, physically being able to attract abundance, real stuff, material stuff, and you start to see this change. Okay, you overcome some of these blocks and you become a magnet for abundance because your own energy is now aligned. Yeah, there's definitely investment possibilities in real stuff here for some of you, and that's the outcome here of this incredible spiritual growth. It may be in your practical, pragmatic world. You've not been able to sow seeds or not been able to bring them forth to completion, but we're seeing great potential coming here. And lastly, we had the Two of Wands. I would say again, for me, this is about dreaming into the future, visioning in the future. That space of possibility. If you've been trapped in a place where it's been hard to feel hopeful, hard to feel optimistic, your spiritual sight, something happens, circumstances arrive that create an opportunity for you to break free of that place of where you don't feel you can come out of your cave and that you can vision in a future that's worthy of believing. You change that. Something comes here into your world. Yeah, so whether it's in a practical way, whether it's in an addictive way, whether it's an internal thinking pattern, or literally you overload yourself, people put upon you, all of these areas are showing up. And this is shifted in the next 6 months because you gain a level of awareness and connection that changes you from the inside out. Wow, it's a remarkable reading, and the overcoming, I'm loving that the overcoming of the barriers here is really showing up as being, these would feel for you to be quite big things, I think, big areas to overcome. You know, fear of being put upon. Can you ever trust anybody again? Fear of, you know, will I ever receive anything? Will I ever get the job I want? Can I dare to even dream? Can I dare to say no? All these sorts of areas. What I'm loving here is, as I said, I think you breeze it because you become powerful in yourself, but solidly so, and yet in a humble way. It has been a true honour to read for you, Pile 2, beautiful Pile 2 people. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being a part of, you know, the Moon Magic community here on YouTube. It is an honour to have you here. Super Souls, if you'd like to get notification of any of my readings, I post pick a card readings on a Tuesday and a Friday like this, with specific subjects in mind, specific questions, and also on a Sunday, without fail, I always post a reading where we ask Spirit for immediate guidance. What does your Spirit team want you to know now, and the heads up for the coming week. I also do loads of other stuff. I have extended all zodiac sign readings for every moon month. I don't work with the calendar month, I work with the moon month. Those are on a different site on Patreon, which works on donations. You can give as little or as much as you wish. I do loads of stuff. I have a prize draw where I give away a free private reading as well every month. So what I'll do, I'll put all the relevant links to anything and everything that you might find helpful in the description box and in the pinned comments. If you scroll down, you'll be able to find them. They're there with the timestamps, and also I always list all of the cards that I've used in the readings. Reading number 2, I am sending you all the love in the world. This is empowering, awakening, and unbelievably successful. Tons and tons of love. Hey, reading 3, beautiful people, welcome. So we are checking out the next 6 months for you, particularly at a level of soul growth, starseed, looking through the eyes of the starseed energy of soul growth and evolution. Your first rune is Tewaz, the spiritual warrior, the pathway of the warrior. This is about discernment, and what we have as well with initiation Perth is this is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's a rite of passage, and then the blank rune is just a space of incredible possibility. So this is really interesting. What is it that you are overcoming here? Emotional challenges. Something I think that maybe have previously held you back. Some level of soul growth is going to be potentially significantly overcome, and not just overcome, it feels different. It's more like there's a resolution here. Let's throw the astrology dice for you first and see what we are shown. Now, I don't know if that is still in camera, this one. I'm just going to slide it in here. So we have Capricorn and we have Uranus. Wow. Okay, so we are talking about resolution of something and finding an out-of-the-box solution. You know, something, the higher-minded solution, the out-of-the-box solution, a radically different way of seeing it, doing it, something getting significantly fixed in real terms. There's quite an ambitious energy around Capricorn as well, so I'm not going to say any more just yet. I'll sit with where I'm going because we have this blank rune of possibility. Let's draw some more cards for you, reading number 3. May we ask about the next 6 months? What is taking place at a level of soul growth and emergence for reading number 3? Do you know, none of the other readings have had 3 cards, but I'm taking all 3 for you. Okay, and another card, please, for reading number 3. I did see this one coming out straight away. Curiously enough, there are 2. Well, there seems to be a lot coming through for you. Let's see what we have here. So first off, we have Chiron, heal, Juno, partnership, and symbiosis, trine, sextile. This is really interesting. Very, very interesting. You're reading already, reading number 3. So let's just see these first, but this is really interesting, symbiosis. I feel that there's been some kind of a connection for you with somebody that's been potentially quite unhealthy, emotionally draining, and I think you're going to find a resolution to this situation. Something is going to be sorted out, completed, healed. What else do we have here? You'll know what this is because I feel it's quite big. How interesting. We had this card, breathe, breath, coming in reading number 2. And then we have the new pearl, Margarita Preciosa. Okay, I think Preciosa is how you say it. Let me put those cards down there. Look at the colours, aren't they really interesting here? Aligning. We have breath, but then we have Margarita Preciosa, the new pearl. And look at this, it almost feels as though this is what this figure is offering, bringing forth. We have the hands here at the bottom, offering something, bringing an offer, a resolution, a solution. Look, even the colours here, can you see, even in this kind of almost rainbow shape over here, above the pearl, it's the same colour here in this card. I think they are almost in completely different images. They're kind of carrying something of the same, the energy of them. That is so interesting. Okay. You are going to gain a resolution to something that has given you, I would say, quite a lot of difficulty in the past. It's some aspect of a connection. Now, it may be a pattern that you've repeated within relationships. It could be a pattern that's been repeated in your family origins. There's something that you resolve here. It could even be that you don't repeat something that previous generations have been. But yeah, I do feel it's something that possibly previously stifled you, got in the way. Let's draw more cards, reading number 2. So let's use the Dreams of Gaia pack, the tarot, and see what we are shown for reading number 3. I almost want to say reading number 3, I keep hearing this, as if by magic. You know, as if by magic. Something gets fixed, something gets resolved, as if by magic. Like you didn't see it coming. I mean, both of these cards speak of alchemy. I mean, think of the magic of a pearl. It comes from a grain of sand. Here we have information, please, about the next 6 months. What is emerging in the world of, or what is being resolved in the world of our beautiful reading number 3 people. Okay, right. So how interesting. So you have the 5 of Earth here, okay. You have the journey. Look at this, 2 different pathways and a butterfly here. You have heaven and earth. Okay, this is the 11 of Pentacles. It's like the Page of Pentacles. You have the card of healing. Super nice. And you have the 9 of fire, like the 9 of Wands here. Okay, I'm going to place those there, just like that, for the moment for us. Okay. Now, this card speaks of deception, okay? You know, if you look here, there's something of a trickster energy here. You know, this person is bold as brass, standing here with all these cards. And can you see behind, there's a wispy figure. I actually used this card for a little while before I even noticed this wispy figure in the background. So there's been some circumstance in your world where someone has not been honest. They're pretty good at what they do. People believe them. They're pretty good at saying stuff, and it's not really how it is. There's that trickster energy. You know, all that all that glitters is not gold. You know, they've got jewels in one hand, cards in the other. They're very convincing. And basically, I think to some extent, this has caused you quite a lot of dilemma. I did say I felt that you've been stifled in some way, but this is quite long-standing. It may have shown up in more than one relationship that you've had. It may be that it comes ultimately from your primary family. There may even be something in the genetic lineage of your family that's been repeated due to trauma. But one way or the other, it connects to some aspect of dishonesty, people not really being who they claim to be, what I would call the behind the back, below the belt, gossipy drama, kind of, you know, I mean, the thing about behind the back conversations is, you know, when people have private conversations, it's aimed to disempower. You know, if somebody's genuinely done something wrong, they can't fix it because they're not being informed. And if they haven't done anything wrong, the person who's making up the stories can pretty much say anything they want. You know, it's very disempowering. It's kind of cowardly bullying in many ways. But there's something of this that's been around you. It connects to historically, and you know, and that it could be due to some mental illness, and you know, genuinely we can be really thoughtful. I can see that you've swung yourself in trying to work out how to deal with this. It's been very, very emotionally challenging because, you know, you swing, I think, sometimes from feeling quite benevolent towards them and feeling like, gosh, I can't imagine what it must be to live like that. I'm so sorry. I feel really sorry that they must have had tremendous difficulties to even get them to behave in this way, versus actually feeling really bleak and very angry and very low and very targeted and very depressed about it. I'm seeing the duality of your own feelings here, and it's been really hard for you to find a resolution that sits well with you. to find a way to heal it. I think you've possibly tried more than one avenue. I think you've tried speaking openly, you've tried discussing things with others, and it just hasn't panned out. Okay? Now, as if by magic, this keeps coming through. What I'm seeing is that something is going to shift. It's going to be quite sudden. So although we're looking at the next 6 months, that's what we're asking in these readings through the eyes of, you know, the starseed energy, that soul growth and resolution. The answer will come as if by magic. Something's going to get resolved. It's going to get sorted. Okay, it will be healed. Look at our cards here. We have Chiron, heal, and then we have the card of healing. You know, it just could not be clearer. It is to do with, when I say like a symbiotic relationship, the reason I say that with Juno partnership and symbiosis, I think it's been very hard, because I do think it does possibly connect for some of you to family connections, because that's where our primary chords are when we enter the world. Now what we're seeing here is a genuine healing, a resolution being given to you. Look at the hands here holding that golden bowl, the pearl found in the oyster shell. We have within this person's hands. Can you see this beautiful rose? It's very interesting. I don't know how many of you are familiar with, it's a worldwide organisation called the White Eagle Lodge, and it's interesting that White Eagle often, I'm told, when he appears to people, he brings a white rose. And although this is slightly pink in its coloration, it feels exactly like that, a gift being brought to you, a white rose being offered, peace, harmony, something that's been really caused a lot of division. A lot of division. This person or people, you know, sometimes it's a group of people who operate together, but in a way that causes and creates division. What we're seeing is, it is as if heaven and earth unite. There's a coming together here in a way that, yeah, a solution is offered to you. An outcome of healing. I don't know how that healing is arriving, and we're going to draw some more cards to find out more about it for you. I don't quite know how that's emerging, but what we're being shown here, and this is part of that soul evolution, the starseed energy, it gets resolved, it gets fixed, it gets healed, and we'll ask more. But I think the interesting thing is, if you think about starseed people coming here, many lives, they come here to do some really big stuff, and sometimes, as I said right at the beginning, it could be a vocation, a calling, but sometimes it's to resolve some kind of repetitive, damaging human behavior, to make sure that it's discontinued. It becomes, you know, you're the end of the line. It's discontinued. There's a choice not to repeat the pattern, or to find some way of healing the damage that's been caused in some way, shape or form. And this is the sort of the territory that we're in here in terms of that soul growth, emergence, resolution. Big, big, big respect to you, beautiful souls, for doing this level of work. Let's draw some more cards. May we ask more about, okay, now I've drawn far too many here, but I will take the one that's shown to us, which is the Hermit. Okay, may we have more information. There we go, for reading number 3. Okay, your cards are very abundant today. Okay, so now these are the tarot of the opposites, so we see sort of the higher vibration, the lower vibration. But what we're seeing here, we have the Hanged Man, which is very interesting. I'm going to place it just here. And then we have the Hermit. Right. So what I think we're going to see here is, yeah, you're going to be guided through this situation. Something I think will be brought to light. You know, the thing with the Hanged Man is that we see confusion, chaos, and then we get clarity. It's like a new dawn. The Hanged Man actually is associated with the runes. The origins of the Hanged Man, the card, is often associated with Odin in, I think it's Celtic Celtic legend. I believe it's Celtic, or it could be Nordic actually. Maybe, I think it might be Nordic, I take that back. But anyway, in the legend, Odin was hanging upside down in a tree, and he saw the twigs and the bones on the ground beneath him forming symbols, and he understood what they meant. He was gifted with the wisdom to interpret what was going on, to see the signs. So I do feel you're going to be guided through a situation that has been, you're going to be gifted with what you need, the answers you need for that alchemical process of transformation and healing to take place. You're gifted and guided. We then have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Moon. Yes, you're going to be given illumination. It's interesting, isn't it? We have the dog here, and then it's interesting, in this card we have a tower. And then you have the shadow side of this. But I find it fascinating in the Moon card here that we do have a tower. Traditionally in the tarot, the tower is that point where something has to crumble in order for the new to emerge. It's inevitable. It has to happen. So this system of operation, I think that whatever's been going on that you have really struggled with, and it's caused you a lot of disharmony within yourself, I think it's going to something will come to light for this situation to change. This person who's perhaps been behaving badly, it will become visible. It will become illuminated. Something has to fall. Somebody's structure, the way they're operating, that is negative and causing damage, will be caused to change. Something will happen to change it, and you will literally navigate your way through this in, I think, a very powerfully positive way. The Three of Pentacles is ultimately a card of celebration. And look at this, would you? Just look at this. Look at the tower. Here we have this monk, this enlightened monk. And, you know, there's an angel here. Look at that with the sword. It looks like a statue of Archangel Michael with the sword in hand. And there we have the plan of a new tower. And here we have the tower falling. The damage is now breaking down. We're literally seeing a hole in the wall. Something is blown open. Someone's behavior is blown into the open. It's shown, it's revealed. That is what we're seeing here. So whatever is going on here, there will be an alchemical moment that is actually a gift. You don't have to fix this. It's going to get fixed. There will be a healing. You don't have to fix it. It will be blown out, blown into the open. It will be shown. It will be revealed. It will be clear. And you will be guided through that, almost that tower moment when the tower crumbles, because something will come to light. It will be seen. And it's very, very interesting with all these towers, because also astrologically, for me at any rate, I always associate the card of the tower with Uranus, the great awakener. And you have Uranus. You have Uranus in Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is about structure. And when Saturn and Uranus get together, we are talking about radical restructuring. Something changes suddenly, something occurs like a bolt of lightning, the tower is struck, and then there is an opportunity to rebuild it. Okay? I really want to say that whatever this is that has given you, it's been a tough road to walk. It's caused a lot of division, and something will happen that is going to blow this into the open, reveal all, and you will be guided, and you will know exactly how to handle this. So that the healing will occur for you. Whatever anybody else is doing, that's sort of karmically their problem. But the point is, I really want to say you are finally going to be healed of this circumstance. And it's beautiful. It is literally like White Eagle giving you the gift of the white rose. It's very beautiful. It really is. Really, really stunning. I actually feel in many ways that your reading is complete. But I am actually going to draw for you. It's interesting that I've got to the end of both reading 1 and 2 and used a completely different pack for each. One was an oracle pack, one was a tarot pack, to do a sort of a final stage of cards, and I'm going to draw from, I think for you guys, yeah, I'm going to use a completely different pack again. This is an oracle pack, and we're going to draw from this pack just almost as like a, it's almost like an affirmation. I've got a couple of packs here, and I think this is the one, this is the Dream Weavers. That feels very right. I'll use the Dream Weaver Oracle for you. May we have some affirmation or more information or confirmation of what is going on here for reading number 3, please. May we kindly ask for that information, please, for reading number 3. Okay. Beautiful cards, beautiful energy. Okay, so your first card is Weavers Share Their Magic Tea. And your second, see, this is the same card. It's Uranus. It's that bolt of lightning. When the storm spirits play. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's place those here, bang, in the middle of your reading. Reading number 3. So, in a nutshell, when the storm spirits play, it's kind of like, you know, just surrender to the fact that the universe is in charge here. This is getting fixed and sorted. And events will happen. I think this circumstance, this person, this cluster of people, this kind of pattern of relationships, the way people behave badly, has given you a lot of jip, and potentially for some of you over a very long time. This is going to be radically shaken up. It is like those tower moments. It will be revealed, it will be opened. So don't try to control the situation. This is going on around you. You're aware of what it is. That I feel really clearly. It's not something new. So beautiful, beautiful reading number 3, people. You don't have to try and fix it or control the outcome. It's basically being taken care of. This is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You will rise. Whatever's going on around you, don't worry about it. Okay? It's going to be taken care of. It's getting sorted, and something will happen events will unfold. It's kind of one of those moments when your spirit team here are saying to you, let it unfold, don't try to control it. All will be revealed and all will be made clear, and you will be shown exactly what you need to do when you need to do it. So you don't need to prescribe, overthink, try and make it happen. It's gonna get fixed, it's gonna get sorted, and the pathway will be made abundantly clear to you. You know, you'll be given those moments of inspiration. You don't have to overthink it, over-prescribe it. You know, if there's something that you need to do, you'll probably be in the shower and you'll be, oh, I know what I need to do about that. Oh, I'll phone that person, or I'll do that or this. It will come to you. The answers will literally, it will be like a magical pouring. You know, as if by magic. A magical pouring where one thing, can you see this? Coming in from the universe, one thing leads to another, which leads to another, which leads to another, and the seeds that are being sown are just going to sprout, and it's all going to fall into place. So there's actually a very big affirmation here. Now, whatever this is, my guess is it's going to unfold, because we're really taking a look at the next 6 months through that perspective of soul growth. The soul growth here for you in this particular reading is ultimately about learning to recognize, to sort of stand back a bit from it actually and allow it to unfold. And as it unfolds, trust that the universe seriously has your back on this one. This will unfold, it will emerge, and some things may happen quite fast, but you will know exactly what you need to do. You'll be shown, and it will be so clear, there will be no debate going on. You'll just know. And you know, you'll see the cogs and the wheels of the universe actively working to conclude this and bring it to its space of natural completion with a healing for you. Reading number 3, it is an honor to read for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I mean, really, truly, this is such a depth of soul growth and a depth of navigation when we're trying to handle negative, traumatic behavior without causing any more damage. And it can be so difficult. It's a real tough pathway to walk. It really is the stuff of Starseed, people. You have my highest regard and respect. I am sending you all the love in the world. Super Souls, if you'd like to get notification of any of my readings, I post a pick a card reading like this with a specific subject or question in mind, and I do those on Tuesdays and Fridays. And on a Sunday, always, I post a reading where we ask Spirit for immediate guidance for you right here, right now, and also the heads up if there's anything you need to know about, any signs that you need to be aware of in the week ahead, in the coming week. So do check those out, and if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, all of my readings should come into your stream. I do some shorts along the way as well. I put tons of other stuff into the world. So what I will do, I give away a free private reading in a prize draw every month. That's a subscriber offer. I have a free online library that helps with emotional and psychological stuff. I do extended all sign zodiac readings. They're on a different platform that works. That's on Patreon. It works on donations. You can kind of give as little or as much as you wish to access all of those readings and a tutorial to learn to read the cards and the runes. I do that on Patreon every month. So if any of these things are of interest to you, I'll put all the links into the description box and into the pinned comment. So just scroll down, check anything out, and obviously follow through with anything that may be of value to you. I am sending you all the love in the world and my greatest respect. Tons of love, my beautiful reading number 3 people.